Krishna, guide of the restless mind, anchor of the overwhelmed heart. When life feels heavy, when clarity feels distant, when we forget who we truly are, bring us back to our roots. May these timeless words not remain philosophy, but become living wisdom in our daily lives. Sometimes we become so busy managing life that we slowly disconnect from ourselves. We keep running, solving, worrying, thinking, carrying responsibilities. And yet, something inside still feels tired. Perhaps that is why this chapter feels so relevant today. The 15th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Purushottam Yog, is not just about spirituality. It is about remembering our roots, because suffering often begins when we forget what we are truly connected to. Take one slow breath and let us begin gently. Krishna says, this world is like a great tree. Its roots are above and its branches spread below. The roots represent the divine source, and the branches represent worldly life, our responsibilities, our desires, our fears, our daily struggles. And most of us spend our entire lives managing the branches: work, family, expectations, financial pressure, emotional exhaustion. But Krishna gently reminds us, if we forget our roots, we slowly lose our inner steadiness. Close your eyes softly. Imagine yourself as a tree. Your branches are your roles, your worries, your responsibilities. But your roots are connected to something eternal. And perhaps what your heart truly needs today is not more control, but deeper grounding. Return to your roots. The branches of this tree spread in every direction. They grow through attachment, desires, habits, and repeated emotional patterns. What we think repeatedly, what we fear repeatedly, what we emotionally cling to, slowly begins shaping our life. And sometimes we become so attached to people, to outcomes, to expectations that we lose our inner freedom. Sometimes attachment is not love. Sometimes attachment is fear. Fear of losing control. Fear of rejection. Fear of uncertainty. Take one slow breath and gently notice what is occupying most of your emotional energy these days. Whatever we feed continuously becomes stronger within us. Krishna says, this tree of attachment is deeply rooted, and often we do not even realize how trapped we have become. Trapped in overthinking, in emotional dependency, in constant worrying, in the need to control everything. But Krishna offers a way out. He says, this tree can be cut with detachment. Detachment does not mean becoming cold. It does not mean leaving your family or running away from responsibilities. It means not allowing temporary situations to steal your peace. Not every thought deserves your energy. Not every fear deserves your surrender. Take a slow breath and ask yourself honestly, where have I become emotionally entangled? Sometimes healing begins when we loosen our grip. Peace begins when we reconnect within. Krishna says, freedom comes when the mind becomes lighter, less ego, less comparison, less constant craving, and perhaps that is what many tired hearts truly need today. Not more achievement, but more inner peace, more inner space. Allow your shoulders to soften. Allow your jaw to relax. And for one moment, stop trying to carry everything. Many of us are not tired because life is difficult. We are tired because the mind never stops holding expectations, holding comparisons, holding emotional weight. But Krishna gently reminds us, peace does not come from controlling life. It comes from loosening the unnecessary burden within. Take one slow breath and ask yourself softly, what can I stop carrying today? Perhaps healing begins there. Krishna speaks of a state beyond fear, a state beyond restlessness, a peace untouched by outer circumstances. Many of us spend years trying to create peace outside ourselves, through control, through achievement, through approval, through certainty. But even after achieving so much, the mind often remains tired. So Krishna gently reminds us, real peace is not created externally. It is remembered internally. For one moment, stop searching outside. Stop fixing. Stop proving. And simply rest here. Perhaps the peace you seek has been quietly waiting within you all along. Krishna reminds us, life is much deeper than what we see on the surface. The body changes, thoughts change, emotion change, seasons of life change. But awareness remains. Many people live their entire lives without ever truly meeting themselves. They stay busy, distracted, emotionally overloaded, and disconnected from their inner voice. But Krishna says, when the mind becomes quieter, a deeper consciousness becomes visible. Take a slow breath and notice, beneath all the thoughts, there is still an awareness watching. And perhaps that awareness is your true home. Krishna explains, there are things in life that constantly change, and there is something eternal beyond all change. The body changes, relationships change, roles change, even emotions change. And many of our fears come from trying to hold on to what was never meant to stay forever. But beyond all change, there is an unchanging consciousness, a steady presence, a deeper truth, that highest consciousness Krishna calls Purushottam. During the sacred Purushottam Maas, perhaps life is inviting us to stop clinging so tightly and reconnect with what is eternal within us. Place one hand gently on your heart and ask yourself, what truly matters beyond temporary worries? Return to your roots. Krishna gently concludes this chapter. True wisdom is not about collecting spiritual information. It is not about sounding knowledgeable or memorizing sacred words. Real wisdom changes the way we live, the way we respond, the way we love, the way we handle uncertainty. A peaceful mind, a softer ego, a calmer heart. These are also forms of spiritual growth. And perhaps that is the real invitation of the Gita. Not to escape life, but to live it with awareness. Take one final slow breath and ask yourself gently, what can I carry forward from this chapter into my daily life? You do not need to become someone new. You simply need to return to your deeper self. Purushottam Maas is not only about rituals. It is also about returning to what is essential, simplifying the mind, softening the ego, and reconnecting with the divine within. May this sacred chapter help us remember we are more than our worries, more than our fears, more than our temporary struggles. May our minds become lighter, our hearts softer, and our roots stronger. Walk gently, stay rooted, and remember, peace begins within.